Yo, EBT Sports back. Another video call, man. And I also want to just say, I have a whole playlist called video call. So if y'all want to just go back and listen to all the classics, the good calls from us, man, go on that video call playlist. I'll definitely post it in this video for y'all to go see. There should be a link right up in the top right corner of your screen. So, definitely go and hit that link and check out all our other radio calls. We've got Love on the Hate One, aka Always Matter, back with another video, man. Another video call. Our topic right now is, can Wilder take in Andy Ruiz or Tyson Fury without a tune-up? I want you to take this one first, man.
Yes, ma'am. You already know it's a question of the day. The question, well, I think we got more though, but yeah.
Technical difficulties. Let me get Lovin back on the phone.
I don't know what's wrong with the phone, Sports, but it is what it is.
No, I accidentally hung up. That was my fault. Go ahead.
Okay. But back we never did leave. The question of the day is, can Deontay Wilder take a tuna can Deontay Wilder come back and face somebody? Because I think he's going to face Tua. Oh, let me start this one over my ear. You keep rolling on that. I fucked up. All right, Sean. I got a good question for y'all. Can Deontay Wilder come back without a tune-up and face somebody on the caliber of a Tyson Fury or a trilogy or an Andy Ruiz? In my opinion, I feel like he can face Tyson Fury because the pictures I've seen from Tyson Fury, he don't look like he's in the best shape ever. Tyson Fury also hasn't fought in a while. So I feel like he will have a bigger chance against Tyson Fury. Now, Andy Ruiz, on the other hand, who is now with Reynoso, and he's coming back, and he's definitely going to take a fight against Chris Arreola. By the time Wilder even could dream of fighting Andy Ruiz, he has to fight Arreola first. So with that being said, man, I feel like, is it possible? Of course it's possible. Deontay Wilder is gifted with a right hand. What I'm hearing, Deontay Wilder is still training. We don't know how true that is, but several sources have said this. In my opinion, I think he can do it, but I feel like he's going to be that much more big of an underdog. And shit, to be honest with you, we might have to give Deontay Wilder a lot more credit if he's able to come back without a tune-up fight and win against a high-caliber fighter like a Fury against Andy Ruiz. Shit, even Dillian White. But yeah, I think Deontay Wilder, I feel like Deontay Wilder is young enough. He hasn't took that much punishment in his career like that. So I feel like he could come. I feel like Deontay Wilder could come back and beat a high-caliber fighter like an Andy Ruiz. But it ain't gonna be easy, and I would prefer for him to take a tune-up. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I totally agree with you on that. I don't think he can do a Fury right now. I think that's a little bit too much, especially just having him, just lost to him. I don't think he can just come back to a Fury without a tune-up. But Andy Ruiz is definitely possible. A good training camp, some good sparring partners in there, maybe even pull, Derek Chisora, somebody like that for sparring. I think a good sparring partner. He can definitely get a Ruiz fight without a tune-up. Good, training camp. He has to get a good training camp in, get back into the flow of things, and he can definitely get Andy Ruiz without a tune-up, man. I think, Andy Ruiz, he can be a dangerous fighter, but he's not somebody, that is really, really extremely dangerous like a Tyson Fury can be. But
No, keep going. I know what you mean.
Yeah, and I think although Andy Ruiz, he lost a lot of weight, he's back in training, so that could play a factor into it, man. He lost a lot of weight, and he's back in training, so he got some. I see him with a little bit of head movement now. He's a lot more faster, quicker feet. So that might have played a factor into it. But I'm really assessing Andy Ruiz based off of his most recent fight against Anthony Joshua. And I think that might be even a little unfair. So, I think I can even give a better answer to this question after we see him fight Chris Arreola.
Yeah, no, but I feel like Andy Ruiz. Do you feel like this is a better question to ask? Do you feel like Deontay Wilder could beat Andy Ruiz? Now, I know you're picking Deontay Wilder. Do you feel like he could beat Andy Ruiz without him?
Yeah, I think it can happen, but like I said, I think we're thinking about this from the Andy Ruiz of Anthony Joshua. But I've seen him in training; he's lost a lot of weight. He's gotten a little quicker. So what if he goes in there and just totally dominates against Chris Arreola? I mean, is that question? I mean, then how do we answer that question then? Is my question. So that's really what I'm wondering.
I mean, it's always gonna be a question. That's why we just have to see. But I feel like in order for this fight to take place, I feel like Deontay Wilder, it will have to be this year. If it's gonna take this year, it will have to be this year, maybe late, maybe even December. But I do feel like Deontay Wilder should take a tune-up. But if he doesn't, it's gonna really worry me, because I feel like if Deontay Wilder don't take a tune-up, then maybe it could just be for some more money.
Yeah.
And I would kind of take it that way if Deontay Wilder don't take a tune-up. Now, if he take a tune-up, that would tell me, okay, he's like, when people take tune-ups, it lets you know that they're ready to fight and they serious. But when fighters just come out, especially after a loss, and just get right to another mega fight, I mean, don't get it twisted. If you win, it's all good to the good. If you back like you never left.
Right.
But if you just happen to lose that fight, then I feel like all the excuses is gonna come. So I think he can do it. I don't think he should do it. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree with you on that one, man. He shouldn't do it. Like I said, the key for Deontay Wilder, I think, is just he needs to get back in the ring, get back in training, and hurry up and get him a trainer back, and start communicating with his fans more and everything. Get himself back out there, man. Because I think I don't want him to be removed from boxing after this Fury thing. That whole thing was a big mess.
I don't think he'd be moving boxing, but I'm with you on that one. I do think he need to start interacting with his fans and stuff a lot more. Start getting them seen a lot more. Do a few more interviews and shit like that. It don't seem like he's in sync with boxing like he once was, but you never know. We just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah, definitely agree with you, man. I don't think we got any more to say about this EVT Sports. Signing off.